Is August the 13th, 2016. We are knocking on 2017. You will always seem crazy to the people who won't research anything. The more you know, the crazier you look. My zest for new knowledge and hidden knowledge makes people uncomfortable. Well, I want to apologize for evolving past my comfort zone. I am I'm looking for something. Um, I can't find that document, but um, the African American is tribal. They are low intelligence, visceral behaving people that worship the goddess or have been influenced to worship the goddess. The black, so-called black person, uh, will ignore facts. Will ignore. I'm not going to go through all that. People wonder why what has happened to the black community, and people. And the answer is obvious. It's right in front of us. It's the black woman. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start walking out of places that have black women. That's almost impossible because they're everywhere. They're being pushed down our throats at the Olympics. I don't watch the Olympics, but I see the headlines and I see certain things, but I don't worship black women. I don't hate them either, but they hate their children. This black woman, I'm getting ready. This so-called constructed mulatto, tragic mulatto, is she told her little 5-year-old boy to fight the police. And I don't understand Caucasians who let black women take care of their children. But black women love white children. I love all people. It's very difficult to love the low intelligent, constructed black man who won't ever say please or thank you.
Corinne Gaines. I said Grimes. I got that wrong. I was thinking about the other chick. Anyway, she had a few things to say on the internet that would help you guys think about it. So I'm going to let you guys see this other report. Then I'm going to give you mine. But just pay attention to what she did. And also, I have the full stop. The link will be in the description box. It's crazy.
Wanted to kill me.
Corinne Gaines said those words into a camera on March 10, 2016. According to a police report, Baltimore County Police Officer O'Connell pulled Gaines over while on routine patrol at Pikeswood Drive and Liberty Road. Instead of having a rear license plate, the car had a piece of cardboard, the words "Free Traveler" on it. It read the following: any government official who compromises this pursuit to happiness and right to travel will be held criminally responsible and fined, as this is a natural right and freedom. After being pulled over, Gaines records the stop. Her 2 young children are also in the car. She appears to be speaking to her 5-year-old son.
They gonna try to fight me. Do you understand? And I want you to record every part. Do you understand?
O'Connell's report says Gaines, quote, advised me I do not have the authority to ask her for information. The report says the officer called for backup. After telling her she would be arrested if she did not give up her license, Gaines gives it to her.
Now, let me say that there's always a little bit of truth mixed in with the bullshit. she's right. We shouldn't have to be licensed as a driver when the only thing you're trying to do is convey yourself across terrain. She is right on some things, but what she's wrong about is putting her children in danger, teaching the children to fight, teaching a 5-year-old boy to fight the police.
O'Connell issues Gaines citations for not having tags or insurance information. In the video, O'Connell tries to give her the citations and must appear form, and she refuses them.
No, I won't be accepting.
Thursday, March 31, 2016, 16:13 and 54 seconds.
Oh, well, I mean,
Yes, no, medical police
I
fire.
didn't cross the solid line. I'm calling to report an offense. I was just pulled over by a police officer. He's saying that I crossed over a solid line and I did not.
Let me just say that America, you deserve these women. You gave them affirmative action. You gave them everything, and this is what you created. You deserve them.
And he also pulled me over. I got out of the car to ask him what the offense was. He raised his voice at me and threatened to arrest me. So I'm really confused. And I would like another officer to come out here. My heart is racing. I'm really afraid. I have no record. I'm a licensed clinician, and I'm being threatened to be arrested.
What's the location you provided? Or what's the location where you're at?
I am 10,000 South Main at the Loop at a shopping center. I'm standing in front of Main Medical Plaza. Can you please get someone out here, please? I am not about to go to jail or even be arrested and be humiliated like this.
Okay. And so are you in the parking lot of a business right now?
I am in the parking lot of a business.
What's it called? What's the name of the business?
I'm sorry, I'm shaky. Main Medical Plaza, by Lymphedema Wound Care Institute.
And I'm just afraid. Why do they all? Well, I know why. Because they're all possessed by one demon or several demons, but they all speak broken English. They're not they all disconstructed black women. Let me go on.
Phone number? What is your name?
Dreka White. So Dreka, last name White, and the color.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. And what kind of officer pulled you over?
What type of officer are you, sir?
Is it like HPD?
A Metro police officer.
Okay, Metro Police.
And he's asking me for my driver's license. Honestly, I don't feel comfortable.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to transfer to the Metro Police Department. So you could...
That's what I meant when I say visceral. They go by their feelings, not with logic. Not what is logical. They go by. I don't feel that the officer relating to inward feelings rather than intellect. Right?
So you could go and request another Metro PD officer to the location. One moment, okay?
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, one moment, we'll transfer you.
Thank you. What's the offense? I did not cross over a solid line. Please keep your voice down. I'm not raising my voice.
This is useful to transfer. A caller requesting for a Metro PD unit.
Okay. Metro Police, how may I help you?
Hi, this is Dreka White, and I'm calling to report harassment by a police officer.
Is it a Metro officer, an HPD officer?
And this man, sir, do not. This man is, he is about to twist my, this man is twisting my arm. Oh my God, this man is about to tase me. Please, sir, can you stop? What's the word? This is harassment.
Okay, Metro, this is HPD. She said she's at 10,000 South Main. She said Metro PG pulled over.
What is wrong with you? Oh my God.
And she was just requesting another unit to her.
Please get someone out here.
Well,
What is wrong? I am a woman. I am a piece. This man is about to tase me. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Can you please get to one? I have never been treated like this in my life. My car is running. People are outside. This man.
Okay, so you're going to send another unit to that location?
Yeah, we're sending them. We already have units in route to that location.
Are you going to need HPD to make a scene or assist?
Police, I did nothing.
Yeah.
You are hurting me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This man is turning me down. Are you kidding me? Can you please get to the station? Oh my God! This is my God! Oh my
All she had to do was sit in the car, hand over her license and her registration and insurance. That is it. That's all she had to do. They're so, I don't even know what is happening, but I know do not have anything to do with them.
And the city of Detroit has been through a lot lately, hasn't it? Unemployment and foreclosures, a widespread problem amid the recession and the auto crisis. The city's public school system, long in trouble, now hundreds of millions of dollars in the red and vastly underperforming. Some of the parents are calling for the teachers in Detroit and school administrators, some of them, to be sent to jail after a sample of Detroit students scored the worst in all the nation in math skills. Here's an idea of how poor these scores really are. In the entire state of Michigan, 5% of students were considered advanced, 0% in Detroit. 30% of students ranked proficient in the state, 3% in Detroit. Basic, 43% statewide, 28% in Detroit. And look out below basic, 22% of the state, 69% of students in Detroit are below basic. In other words, below what is necessary to get by. The man who's serving as the district's emergency financial manager says those scores are similar to children who had never attended school and just guessed at the answers. With us now to talk about the teachers to jail.
I'm majoring in childhood early education. One thing you will never hear her or anybody up there say is the parents' job to educate their children. It's the parents' job. It's not the school system's job to discipline your children. Anyway, would you want to wake up to look? And I'm pretty sure that's the best she's going to look. Ugh.
The chief executive officer of the Detroit Parent Network, Shalonda Buckman, is with us. Shalonda, thank you. And Tyrone Winfrey is a member of the Detroit School Board.
That's the simp right there. Educated fool. I like your clown suit, by the way.
Board of Education. Shalonda, the basics of what you're asking now would be what?
Well, I mean, part of why we're talking about this is because the scores are horrendous. The schools are failing our...
Charlanda. If you got like some type of like business to do, or let me go back to talking about the low intellect. I watch in my neighborhood. I watch people line up to buy lottery tickets. It's so stupid. They throw their money away. Wouldn't give you 5 cents. They'll borrow $1 from you, but they will never give you 5 cents because everything they get goes into trying to get something for nothing. I go into grocery stores and I see healthy, big, fat, healthy queens riding around in the handicap carts. So when a handicapped person comes up, guess what? No handicap ride for you because the narcissistic Shalon does, who will never blame anybody, never culpable. Never culpable. Never culpable. Culpable. Never culpable. They're all over the place. And I just pray that I never get in trouble and this would be my judge.
Kids, and the state has a responsibility to provide all kids with a quality education. The NAEP scores suggest that the kids in Detroit are not getting that, and so we need to take, the necessary steps to make sure our kids get a quality education.
You said jail, though, right?
We said jail. There are some people that need to go to jail.
Like what kind of people need to go to jail, teacher types?
When we talk, I'll
the black woman is the Mammie. Black woman is the one who wants everybody to get fired or go to jail or be prosecuted. They are Satan. They are Satan. They are. They're demons.
was saying parents are frustrated and hurt. We know it falls not only on the school, it falls on the parents too. Not
yes,
one or the other.
Does.
But when we don't educate our kids well, we're creating pathways for them to go to jail, not to compete globally. And, it's tough to be a teacher in the public school system, but it also is a responsibility of teachers to make sure our kids get a quality education. And so, yes, we are looking at pulling out all the stops because our kids in the city deserve it. And that does include considering civil lawsuits.
Tyrone Winfrey, again, a member of the Detroit School Board or Board of Education, I guess they call it there. 69% of your students got grades in math, which would be similar, we're told, to people who just guessed. Mr. Winfrey, what is going on in Detroit?
Well, those test scores are horrendous, but at the same time, I'm an administrator at the University of Michigan, and we've had some very successful students that have come out of the Detroit public schools to attend not only our school, but schools across the nation.
Well, that's awesome. 69% scoring in the toilet.
But the other thing is, keep in mind, use the operative term you use, that's a random sampling. And also, those same students that attend schools in Detroit, their schools made, for the most part, adequate yearly progress, which is AYP. So at the same time, one standard of measure says that you're failing, and another standard of measure says you've been successful.
Sir, with great respect,
instead of going to jail, let's wrap ourselves.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's unacceptable, Shalonda. But at the same time, instead of going to jail, let's work together.
Ladies and gentlemen, please. We will
Let's work together to do this.
Sir,
we can work together.
We do need to work together. We need to work. We need stronger leadership across the board.
Not individual action. Not individual families educating their children, drilling their children. No, we need more housekeepers and more hamburger flippers and more customer disservice. I'm not frustrated. I love my life. I like the things that I do. I don't spend my days and nights thinking about black women. There's a whole universe out there. And I'm happy to capture my perspective and show it to the world. These are the inner limits. This is the inner limit. This is the inner limit. This is the construct.
Our legislators to stop debating on race to the top and to get it done, to make
a decision. If the classroom's anything like this, I know exactly what's wrong in Detroit.
Well,
no, we're doing fine.
No, wait, Sean, I need to talk to him for a second. You got your
sure.
You're telling me, what was the acronym that you used again? What were the 3 letters?
I basically said adequate
what,
yearly
sir,
progress, which is part of No Child Left Behind. That's a national standard.
All the statistic that's really necessary here to know that things are really, really bad is to hear that 69% of the kids who took the test scored as if they just guessed on everyone. And you're talking about adequate advancement. I don't care. If my kid were in Detroit, I'd try to burn the place down.
Well, we don't want to burn it down yet. But my thing is just hope. I was just at, if I can say this, Chef, I was just at a school today, Mumford High School. I met with a student that basically had started to fail, had been very successful over the years. But at the same time, this student hadn't been told that she had a purpose in life. She didn't understand vision. She didn't understand goal setting and so forth. So it's not just the parents. It's not just the administrators. We have to, at this point, at this juncture, wrap our hands around these kids. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to burn Detroit down. I'm a lifelong Detroiter.
I hear you.
There's hope and vision in Detroit.
I'd just be so upset,
I am upset, but at the same time, it's recoverable. Yeah. But I don't want to put people in jail. Let's work together and not be in jail to help these students.
Yeah, jail doesn't sound like
it's recoverable, and we need help. But this is also about being accountable, for the dollars that have been invested in the system. Detroit parents are working hard to do our part, but we need government to do their part.
We need everybody else to be accountable.
He hated white people. Who will speak for him now that he is dead? Lisa Darden will speak for him.
Well, the 5 Dallas police officers brutally killed Thursday were ironically there protecting the rights of police protesters. But even as the horror was unfolding, many Black Lives Matter supporters took to Twitter to celebrate the murder of 5 brave officers. Here's one user tweeting this: "Don't feel bad for those pigs," and another writing, "Aw, it's unfortunate it wasn't more." This stunning reaction leading many to ask whether the Black Lives Matter movement is un-American. Here now to debate this is Fox News contributor Kevin Jackson and political commentator Lisa Durden. Kevin, first to you, how do you respond to
the Joker? Look at the Joker.
These tweets last night coming from Black Lives Matter supporters?
Well, we knew it was happening. It wasn't like it was a surprise. We back in the days of Ferguson, all these guys were saying pigs in a blanket and the whole thing. So we knew leading up to this that the animus towards police officers in the black community was alive and well, and in fact it was growing. And the problem is nobody addressed it. Nobody said we're going to stand for law and order and make sure that people understand we're going to protect the people that have to protect the citizens of America. So I'm not surprised, honestly.
Lisa, were you surprised at the response?
I'm actually not surprised at the response because, as you know, in this country, we are built on retaliation. America retaliates against...
Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. That's your queen. That is Lisa Durden.
Enemies. America retaliates against people who are terrorists, and when somebody terrorizes America or harms America in any way from other countries, what do? We bomb them, we murder them, and a lot of times innocent victims get killed in the crossfire, and that's just a part of the job. Now, when you have an issue like this, not that I agree with it, not that I think that Micah Johnson was somebody that should have been doing something like that. It's horrific either way, but maybe because he grew up in a country that was built on this kind of retaliation, he might have felt, I don't know, he might have felt that this was very apropos. The police officers ran through the black community and murdered black people like they were pigs in the streets. They shot people in the back, several individuals over the last week, and he might have felt like, well, in this country, when our enemy harms us, we retaliate.
So
is that
Kevin,
good thinking? Absolutely not.
Is this
but this
justified?
is what happens when you have
Lisa's making the point that this is somehow justified, Kevin.
Not at all. I'm saying to you that this could be the thinking because in this country, a lot of times, people retaliate against their enemies, and this man was maybe warped.
Yeah, I heard what you said.
However, it's wrong
what
on
you
all
said.
sides. It's wrong for the police to murder and slay black men in the streets, just as it's wrong for Micah Johnson to kill
Lisa, are you going to let me talk?
Kevin, your turn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, first of all, the idea that Lisa says we're in a country that is harming black people as a black president sits and is a top law enforcement officer in the country is ridiculous. Loretta Lynch, and before her, I can't remember his name, but the point is, black people are in charge of this country. The people in the cities where all these blacks are supposedly being killed are black folks. They're the people that they vote for. They're Democrats. What Lisa's explaining is the absolute nonsense that circulates in the black community, that you can't get ahead in this country and that there's somebody against them. The fact of the matter is, in America, there is nobody targeting black people. I've gone through the statistics. There were 200 to date of the 561 people who've been killed by police. 136 of them are black. So who are the other people, Lisa? So what's happening here, Clayton, is blacks are being taught to be racist. They're being taught to be ignorant of the actual facts of what this country brings.
Taught to be ignorant by the Joker. Don't tell me this is not the Joker. This is a reptilian, cold-blooded, narcissistic visceral, emotional black woman.
People cannot be racist because we don't have the power to be racist. Black people did not hang white people.
I've ever heard.
Black people did not rape white people in slavery. Black people did not enslave white people. Black officers are not running through white neighborhoods, killing and shooting white people in the back. Black people are not stopping whites from getting housing. Black people are not stopping whites from getting jobs. No, we're not racist. Racism denotes power. We don't have the power to do that. And one black president in 176 years of 43 presidents does not mean we have black control in this country. We have one black president after 176 years. All of a sudden, we're great. Kevin, stop playing those games. You know the situation. Are you crazy?
What about the killings in black communities this morning?
I have an answer for that. I love that.
Let me ask the question.
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
have an answer. You have an answer. You have an answer.
When you have people criticizing the Black Lives Movement, if they really care about the black community, why wouldn't they be addressing the black-on-black crime in cities like Chicago, where there are murders every 2 hours in the city of Chicago?
First of all, murdering in your own community is
This is the jump-off point for the ridiculousness of so many people that I know. And at one point, in my development, it might have been me. The black woman wants to be white. The black woman always wants to compare herself to white scenarios. And there's no such thing as white or black. I already went over this like a million times in my videos. Race is a myth. They're the ones that proliferate that position. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. They do it. We can do it too.
So let's just clear this up. I've said it a million times on Fox before.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Interracial.
It's okay, right, Lisa?
Most murders in the white community are performed by whites. Most murders in the black community are performed by blacks. So murders usually are intraracial. So don't try to say that only black people are killing their own people. White people kill me with that lowbrow statement. Stop playing
Lisa,
games.
nothing
The
you
fact
say makes
is,
an ounce
all
of
races
sense.
kill their own race generally. So it's not something that's only
I'd like to respond. I'm just not going to talk over her.
Let Kevin respond.
I'm not going to talk over her. The fact of the matter is everything that Lisa says is absolute abject nonsense.
Look at that. Look at her reptilian mouth. She's the Joker.
Thing she has is an excuse for the behaviors that are going on in the black community. What Lisa doesn't want to talk about is the fact that there are people out there targeting police officers. Police officers are they're not homogeneous in color. They're heterogeneous. They're black. They're Hispanic.
True.
They're whites. They're everybody. They're being targeted by people that they're trying to protect. Lisa doesn't want to talk about the number of police officers who go into the black community to actually solve crimes committed by blacks in more ratio per capita than any other racial group. She doesn't want to talk about the people that they have to console after black people. Hey, Lisa, I listen to you talk. Why don't you just settle down for a second?
Guys,
Lisa, why don't you just settle down for a second?
Guys, we have to end it there. We gotta end it there. We gotta remove the coffee from the set this morning. Let's lower it. Thank you, guys. We appreciate the heated debate this morning.
Thank you, Colin Flaherty. Fox News. This is the coup de grace. This is the reason why we're here today. I went to school for art. I'm able to execute my art. The person who's supposed to protect you, love you. Does it look like love right there? That's a mother and a daughter. And the mother brutally beating her daughter for basically being who her mother is. Look at the outfit. A live beating on Facebook by your mother. I'm gonna close it out with this.
Had decided to apparently give in to peer pressure. She's 16 years old. Her friends were probably the type of friends that did the things that she wanted to be a part of just to be included. And this child had sex in her mother's home and took photos of it and posted it on Facebook, of all places. My opinion of this is that mom knew more than the girl. She knows more about life than this girl. And she wanted to stop this girl before she got too far out there, putting things on Facebook like that. She wanted to stop her and teach her a lesson on morals, because one thing leads to another. One thing leads to another. She's putting her pictures of her nude pictures of herself on Facebook, having sex in her mother's home while her mother's not home. And this is a no-no. She knew it was a no-no because she did it while her mother was not home. Her mother needed to teach her now. Out of love, her mother chastised her. All right? She did not kill her, but she gave her a lesson that she would remember. Because she knew that if she had not done it, eventually at age 17, 18, 19, eventually some man would have beat that girl if somebody did not stop her.
That was the logic. And who this chick is, Ask Marie. I don't know why I picked her, but I'm glad I did, because they will ignore facts. They will ignore stats. They will ignore a mother beating her child hands, fists. I'm glad she didn't know kung fu or karate, because I'm pretty sure she would have been using legs and feet and knees. And the Stockholm Syndrome person getting beat, she's going to do that to her children. And they'll be Marie, Ask Marie. I can't stand these mugs, man. Let's just go on.
Officer or just a boyfriend. She would have gotten a beating either way. She would have learned. I often think about this man who was about 26 years old. He was incarcerated, and his mother died, and he had been on good behavior, so he asked to go to the funeral. And when they let him go to the funeral, he got there. He went up to view his mother in the coffin, and he spit in her face and stood there and said, "That's for not making me do my homework in school. That's for allowing me to go out and stand on the street corners hanging out with my buddies, and eventually it got me to where I am now, incarcerated." Now this lady is dead. She doesn't know that he's saying this to her, but this is how he felt about it, because when he went to jail, he had time to think about how he got where he got. Now, had his mom done the same, employed the same method of disciplining him, he would have not been in jail. If she had made him do his homework, made him come in the house, made him do the things that were right, he would not have been in jail. But she allowed the street to teach him. This girl was on the wrong track. She was allowing peer pressure and the streets to teach her. And the mother had to put it at a stop. Why? Because she loves her. And it was necessary. She did not kill them.
I hate these motherfuckers. If slavery ever existed, the black woman was in control. The black woman handed out the beatings. They love themselves and their ill logic.
but she gave her a good lesson in morals. Now, this girl could have gotten this type of attitude from home. I don't know. But I know her mother says she put it on Facebook and she had sex in her house. It wasn't love, it was sex in her house in the mother's absence.
Where's the father? Where do you think that the daughter learned how to do this shit from? What do you think? Just think. And you white people let black women take care of your children? They don't
This is
hate
what
them.
the mother had to do. If more mothers would pay attention, a lot of mothers don't even know what's going on in their house. And there's a lot of mothers that do, and they just don't do anything about it. But it was love that made this mother straighten this child out.
Now, let me fix my hair.
In the future, this child may be a professional up the road as a result of this very how he got where he would have not been in jail. If she'd made him do his homework, made him come in the house, made him do the things that were right, he would not have been in jail. But she allowed the street to teach him. This girl was on the wrong track. She was allowing peer pressure and the streets to teach her. And the mother had to put it at a stop. Why? Because she loves her. And it was necessary. She did not kill this girl, but she gave her a good lesson in morals. Now, this girl could have gotten this.
Now, as Tommy Sotomayor mentioned as he was looking at the video, I don't want to keep using his footage, but he brings a lot of things to the front. What if a police officer did this? What if a police officer did this to every single person that they saw doing something wrong? That's what the way it is in the black community. Ask Marie doesn't have a problem with it. No one has a problem with it. Unless you're beating a white child.
Type of attitude from home. I don't know. But I know her mother says she put it on Facebook and she had sex in her house. It wasn't love, it was sex in her house in the mother's absence. So this is what the mother had to do. If more mothers would pay attention, a lot of mothers don't even know what's going on in their house. And there's a lot of mothers that do, and they just don't do anything about it. But it was love that made this mother straighten this child out. In the future, this child may be a professional up the road as a result of.
Let me make my show my hair look good.
Very, very experience that she's had with her mother. For those mothers who are out there, take note. You need to be aware of what your children are doing and take care of it. Take care of it because you know your child better than anybody else. And this lady knew her daughter better than anybody else. She knew what she had to do to stop her. I don't know that it's going to stop her, but the mother did her job, and it's not likely that this girl is going to spit in her mother's face in her court. Have a good day, and you enjoy yourself. Once again, this is not with my face on the camera because I'm having another bad hair day. Goodbye.
You ain't got no parent, G, that's gonna do what I do for you. None. That shit ain't Bob. You ain't done with you. That shit bad, please. This shit just got started. That shit fucked up. This is my page. Now what?
Where there's one, there's no fun. I mean, where there's two, you better run. And I mean, where there's three, I will not be. If I'm anywhere and I'm having a good time, let's see this chick and her daughter walk in with their tricks. Pick up sticks. Get the fuck out. Do not believe me. Hang around. Hang around them. Marry them. make babies with them. Don't believe me. Make your own videos. Do your own research.
Fucking black men, you ain't no motherfucking good. The ones out there that's doing this shit and perpetuating this shit to the young generation, to the young kids. You know, you get this money, you get this fame, and what the fuck you do? You run off to these motherfucking white women. Fuck you. That's right. Motherfuckers like Kanye West. I can't stand that bitch. That's a whole nother motherfucking video. A whole nother motherfucking... But motherfuckers like him can't motherfucking stand him.
Look at that.
Now, I'm gonna need y'all to send this Bible. Please share this. Cause I'm not done.
I can't stand them motherfuckers. Good night.